Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. To make a stance on something, to be forthright and hold true when you are not in full possession of the facts, often leads to disaster. Humza Yousaf is telling the party members that they must support Nicola Sturgeon, and if they don't, they must quit the party. How is this a bad thing? Well, there's two potential pitfalls for what he's saying. Number one, people who don't support Nicola Sturgeon may well just quit the party. And this is a party that has got no support now. The support's falling. They've got no funding. They're absolutely desperate for money. And he is being divisive. And we've seen it time and time again. When you are divisive with your supporters, you lose half of them. And so this telling people to quit if they don't agree with you and your support for this previous leader is a very dangerous folly. Secondly, of course, is nobody knows if she's innocent. Now, of course, there is the presumption of innocence, and of course, at the moment, she has done nothing wrong. However, the investigation is ongoing. More things are going to come out. And of course, this is just the investigation into the potential fraud. There's going to be other investigations, the Jordan Linden investigation for a start, and then also possible criminal proceedings once the COVID investigation is completed and the results are known. So there's several fronts in which it could well be that Nicola Sturgeon ends up going to court, potentially even going to prison. And yet he is sitting there right now at this point without the full knowledge of anything, telling people that they must support Nicola Sturgeon or quit the party. It's absolutely bonkers. But then it's Humza Yousaf. What else? Let's have a look at this story, see what's going on. So Humza Yousaf tells MSPs to quit if they don't fully support Nicola Sturgeon following the arrest. The First Minister's version of events has been undermined by inside sources who reveal his view of rebellious MSPs. So what he's telling people is, if you don't agree with me, if you don't follow every single thing I say, you must quit the party. Whatever happened to consensus politics? Why aren't they sitting around a table and saying, what is our view going to be? He is acting like a tin pot dictator. He's saying, if you don't agree that she should be supported, you must leave the party. The man is a fool, and I hope that several MSPs and a lot of the supporters take him at his word and quit the party, even just to sit as independents. Because here's the thing, if 2 or 3 of them go and his majority is reduced, there is the potential that Labour, for example, could then become the biggest party. Therefore, Labour would be the ones invited to become the government. This man is an absolute loon. He has got no political nous whatsoever. And he's asking people to support a woman who has not yet been cleared. It's just inviting disaster, isn't it? Anyway, Humza Yousaf has told rebellious MSPs to quit the SNP if they don't like his decision to keep Nicola Sturgeon in the party after her arrest and questioning by Police Scotland, even though she herself would have, got rid of herself if positions were reversed. Not that she herself would have quit, but if she was in charge and this happened to anyone else, she would have had them out. She was ruthless, but that requires a spine, and that's something he doesn't have. This is a far cry from his statement to the media, where he said he did not read the Riot Act and accepted there would be some who disagreed with his position. This is what he's told the media, but internally he's told them, obey me or quit. So he's putting himself up as being bigger than the party then. Anyway, reports have revealed that he handed out firm words during the same meeting that concluded with a bunch of support flowers should be sent to Miss Sturgeon, although nobody knows where she is. It's now been 4 days and she still hasn't returned home. Technically, she is now a missing person. after 72 hours and nobody knows where you are. You know, it should be reported to the police. They'd be interested in knowing where she is. Anyway, reports of the Times reveal that that 3 sources who attended the private meeting all state that Mr. Yousaf said the likes of Michelle Thompson and Ash Regan should publicly back him, or they should run the risk of harming the independence movement. I think the independence movement has been more harmed by Nicola Sturgeon than by anyone not supporting her. He said it was a clear display of him trying to show he is not weak by threatening his own MSPs, said a source. Controversy over his decision has been growing day by day, with MSP James Dornan making a bombshell suggestion that the media has been colluding with Police Scotland. I'm doing a report on that shortly. There's one that's going to come out today about James Dornan, who is absolutely bonkers. Anyway, he was comparing the media attention to that of the serial ender of life, Fred West, and questioning where the evidence for the several arrests has come from. It's come from people looking at the books, you fool. The First Minister told press after the official party meeting that he did not read the Riot Act to those who disagreed with his decision not to withdraw the whip from Sturgeon. He said, "I was listening, I was engaged as any good leader would do." Yes, but you're not a good leader, are you? And I had a really constructive conversation with the SNP group, and then, imposed upon them this rule that if they don't, immediately back him to the hilt and agree with every single thing he says about Sturgeon, then they should leave the party and fucking stand or sit as independents. I'd love them to do it. I think they all should. His leadership has been branded weak, and he is accused of giving his former mentor preferential treatment after a string of MSPs and MPs were suspended, often for far less serious matters, under Miss Sturgeon's own leadership. There's people that were suspended simply for being investigated. They were never arrested, unlike Sturgeon. Michael Matheson is the latest to back the decision and brush off criticism. He said Mr. Yousaf was absolutely correct to say that the former First Minister had not been found guilty, and despite backlash from some fellow Nats, he defended the decision to allow her to stay in the party. And yet I'm sure he would have backed Nicola Sturgeon as she was suspending others. So absolutely hypocritical. It's almost as though they're still in awe of her. She's gone. She's a transient politician. She is finished. She is done. And yet still they feel they need to venerate her name. She has done more to harm Scotland and the independence cause than anyone else that party has ever had. Anyway, I shall round off and come up and we'll finish this video. So there you are. I mean, does the guy have no understanding of what he's actually saying? You've got the woman who is not yet cleared, and he's issuing ultimatums. Now, he has a history of issuing ultimatums, such as the one he issued to the UK government over the DRS, which came and went because he was ignored. Now, what is he going to do? If these people who are still vociferously anti-Sturgeon and say that he should suspend them, and then they continue to say that, and they don't leave the party, he will be seen as even weaker than he is. He doesn't have the authority to suspend them. They'll have done nothing wrong. He cannot suspend them for that. He's trying to suspend people who disagree with him. Now, this is the party that claims it's a democracy and claims that, we discuss everything, we're open and we're transparent. And yet it's quite clear that if you discuss things he doesn't like, he would expect you to resign. Where does it go? Where does it go? And of course, I think either they should take him at his word and go, and go independent, let him watch as his majority, as such as it is anyway, dwindles, or they should just stay there and completely ignore him and carry on with the criticism. And then what can he do? He's a dead duck leader anyway. He's got no authority, and by doing what he's doing, and if they ignore him, he is finished. How does this man even function? How can you be that stupid as to not see the consequences of the things you're doing? It's ridiculous. Anyway, good luck. Good luck to those SNPs who either quit, which would be great, or who stay and carry on criticising, which would also be great. Either way, it's going to be brilliant. He can't win. He has taken himself into a lose-lose situation. What an absolute moron. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see on the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, keep watching this show because it is always entertaining as hell. And goodbye.